On our sail to the Maratua Atoll, the kids decide to have some fun and take the bosun's chair up the mast to play around. Ever since she was little, Elizabeth has always enjoyed being hauled up the mast. As the years have passed, she's dared to go higher and higher. Now we can send her all the way up to the top to inspect the rigging and instruments.
Bunny is safe and you're tying up the radio? Is that a Roger?
That's a Roger.
Okay. Well, just tell me when you're going to stick it up on the map because I want to go up there too.
We soon arrive to our anchorage inside the atoll. This is a beautiful location with great diving and incredible scenery. It seems we're not the only ones who opted to stop here, as a number of other friends from the rally have also come to explore.
Got everybody inside. They're getting all their gear on the fancy way with plastic bags because everybody gets to go to see the what? Jellyfish Lake, non-stinging jellyfish. So
hopefully non-stinging.
Hopefully.
yeah, if they are, you at least got wetsuits on.
On our way, we stop by and pick up our friends, Gary and Noelle, from their sailboat, Illimite. This is carpooling, yachty style. Sailing vessel Charmin, the largest boat in the anchorage, is nice enough to volunteer as the staging location for our trip. It's here that the two local boats will pick all of us up for the 45-minute boat ride to Jellyfish Lake.
Perfect summer is over in a flash and you're on your way. But some part of me is hoping for tonight. It's not too late. My mind says yes, you've been here for quite some time. But my heart tells me you should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere with you is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all away. 'Cause my heart screams, let me carry you home. Bright lights and colors, love is for the ones who dares to wait. No use in running.
Once docked at Kakaban Island, we make the climb over the hill to the lake. Along the way, the kids find a cat that is too cute to pass up without offering a few cuddles.
You should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere with you is where I long to roam.
In the middle of this island is a mangrove-fringed lake, slightly above sea level, where thousands of jellyfish live. It's an interesting spot for diving. The jellyfish consist of 4 different species, which do not have the ability to harm humans with their stinging cells.
What, my beautiful wife? What do we have going on?
Today's mission is we're gonna ride some motor scooters. We're gonna ride some motor scooters over to, well, around this atoll, and then on the other side somewhere, past a cafe. We have minimal directions to find it, but we'll find it. There's supposed to be a sinkhole with like a cave, and you go in and you can swim down in the water. So that's what our mission is today. We're gonna get 2 motorbikes, and we might find some food on the way, little snacks.
Ice cream.
We're gonna keep our eyes open for a fresh produce market because
Probably
we
in that
would
village
love
over
to
there.
run
It's
into
pretty
something
busy.
like that, but I don't think that there is one here. So who knows? We'll see what we find. It's one of those days we don't have any real expectations. We just go with the flow. So let's see what we can get into.
The town pier is not far from the boat and makes for a short trip ashore. The challenge with any new location is finding a safe place to put the dinghy and also being able to get ashore. Here, there is a solid ladder leading to the water. We're concerned about the winds changing, so Mark puts out a stern anchor to keep the dinghy in place while we're away. If we don't do this, the dinghy can be blown under the dock, and with a rising tide, that can mean a punctured or damaged boat.
Salamat sore. Nama saya Mark.
Saya Seljilan.
Ah, hello.
Halo.
Apa kabar? Hello.
Good morning.
Nama saya. Good morning. Salamat sore.
Sore.
Or
Sore. Siang.
What time? Siang? Yeah.
Siang.
Yes.
Selamat siang. Apa kabar?
Baik.
Baik. Nama saya Mark.
Nama saya Pika.
Pika. Hello, Pika.
Nah, kau juga. Nama saya Rafli.
Rafli. Hello, Rafli.
Nadit. Nama aku Roni. Ogi. Aldo. Tama. Nggak tahu namanya siapa. Aping mana?
Oh.
Aku sini doang.
Okay. Hello. We want, video. Oh, nama
Nama saya Michael.
Michael. How many years, Michael? And
Mom?
We begin our search in the town for a motorcycle to rent. Usually, you simply hire a bike from a local. There is no Hertz or Avis
Yeah, we can do
anywhere
that.
on this
Okay.
island.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just
Satu. Satu.
Now,
1. Yes.
one more.
Yes. 1. Yes. Yes. That's okay. Yes. No problem.
Or 200.
For 200. Yes. Okay. And 36. So.
After negotiations for the bike, we load up and head off to explore the island. We're in search of that freshwater spring, so we can go swimming.
You and I, we're trouble inside. Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air of hope. 'Cause I'm in love.
Around trying to find this sinkhole. We haven't found it yet. We found lots of other stuff like small villages here, there, and everywhere. So it's been a pretty good trek. Have you had a good time?
Yeah.
It's like the never-ending road. It just keeps going and going. We finally found the end of it.
Right here.
That's
Now
so
we need to
wonky.
find the
My hat
monkeys
is a little bit windblown.
again.
We've been just going so fast.
All right, let's get going
All right,
back.
let's go. We got a long way to go back.
Yeah, more exploring to do too.
Why don't you tell me what's happened? Turn the camera on yourself for right now. Turn your camera on yourself.
I lost Dad.
Oh my goodness, what's happened? We've been round and around trying to find this place. Finally found it. It's supposed to be a sinkhole slash, I don't know, cave thing.
We asked somebody for directions, and they knew exactly what we were talking about, what we were trying to find, but they only spoke Bahasa Indonesia, so we had no idea what they said.
We had no idea.
Just pure luck.
And Dad forgot Mom's phone, so no drone. I got the drone, but no drone because I left it, which makes me upset.
All right.
Here we go. See the sign? There is a sign. And we saw the flags. We thought, oh, maybe this is it. Sure enough. Let's see.
Whee! Finally. Dad's like, oh, this path isn't well worn. We should just turn around, but let's just go a little further. Yes! Found it.
That's good.
Finally.
So, let's go report to the office to check in, I guess.
Is it cold?
It's cold, but it feels good.
Oh. Does it feel good though?
Yeah, hey guys. Glad you had a good swim. I've been like enjoying watching the virgin trees, sun setting, kind of chilling out.
I can tell.
Enjoying nature. A lot of birds.
I was closest.
25 kilometers.
It was quite an adventure finding those springs, but well worth the search. We traveled almost 50 kilometers by scooter, and overall, we had a blast. Now, we head back to the boat, as Gary and Noelle prepare to beach theirs at low tide.
Let's go.
All right, well, we had a little bit of an incident this morning. We had one of our friends run aground on the reef coming in the channel here. So it was close to high tide. Myself and another friend, Gary, went out in our dinghy. We heard him on the radio saying he'd run aground. We went out, we were able to help get him off the reef by using his anchor to skeg him off, as well as taking the halyard and tipping the boat over like this so that it was the keel was off the reef and sliding him forward. So anyway, he's off the reef, so we've got slack tide right now. He's anchored in the channel, so I've got to hurry up and get the dive equipment on so that I can head over to check the bottom of his boat to see if there's any damage. He didn't seem to be taking on any water, but you never know, and I'm in a little bit of a hurry to get over there because we've got slack tide right now, and where he's anchored, it can be 2 to 3 knots of current, which makes it very difficult to dive the bottom of the boat. So I'm getting my dive gear set up here. I'm gonna head over there as quickly as possible to check out the bottom of his boat and to see if he's okay. He's a single-hander. I feel bad for the guy because he was really tired and done at least one overnight passage to get here, and it will really rattle you when you're on a reef like that. 'Cause if you can't get off, then you're stuck for, I don't know, 12 hours at least. And the problem is the tide is continually getting lower and lower. Each high tide right now is lower and lower. So if we didn't get him off, or he didn't get himself off, he could be stuck there for a very long time on the hard. and that would be pretty ugly. So fortunately it's a blessing that he got off, and we're going to go over and try to help him on the bottom of his boat and check it out, see what's going on. That's what I'm up to this morning. So it's another day on a boat, living in the paradise. You know, it's never dull. That's for sure, is it, honey?
Nope, never dull.
Never dull. That's okay.
All right.
All good. So we're off.
Gonna go do some damage
assessment on the bottom of his boat.
And we're keeping our fingers crossed that it's just a few scratches and.
Yeah, it probably is. Probably just a few nicks. No water was in his bilge, so that's a very positive sign. All right, well, that's it. So hopefully we'll get this thing sorted out for the guy. Well, we just got back from checking on the keel, and the good news is there wasn't really any damage other than the antifoul being wiped off. So Grant definitely avoided a pretty significant issue on his boat, and he's well. He was a single-hander sailing by himself, and he's just happy to be able to go to sleep now after 30 some hours of being awake, sailing down here to get some rest. So that is that, and that's on. All this happened within the 2 hours this morning. We've had all this stuff going on, so it's been a pretty busy morning. But that's what it's like. It's not always margaritas and sundowners. That's it for now. Okay, well, today is going to be an interesting day because our friends behind us on the Limite are going to be beaching their boat. The tides here are about 2.5, 3 meters in the lagoon, and Gary wants to, just for the heck of it, beach his monohull. He's got a very nice aluminum allure monohull. He's going to beach it for the very first time over there on the in front of that resort. So we'll get to see how that goes for him, if it turns out okay or if it doesn't turn out okay. So we're going to get the chance to see how that goes and report on it. It should be a lot of fun to see how that floats, tips over, doesn't tip over. Who knows? We'll soon see.
Have you ever felt the hair on your arm stand up just cause she says what's up? Have you ever felt the world is yours to take? Like the world is an open road, your life a great story yet untold. Like the future is nothing but what you made.